Hey. Hello. Sorry, the kitties are being ornery over here.
They're getting nervous, right?
Cole's over here to help with the damage control, though.
Yes, hi everyone.
And Rosalie is our guest host today. All right, so I'll wait for a few of you to come on in and join me. Hope everybody is having a wonderful Sunday. I'm looking around to see who else may be pouncing us. So when you get here, come on in and say hello so that I know that you're with us. I know it's taken people a little bit to figure out that we've switched to 3 p.m. even though everybody wanted me to do this, so here we are.
We get to play with such pretty paper today.
I know, and we get to play with some of the celebration freebie stuff. So that's one of the announcements, you guys. Celebration is going on now. And Celebration is really cool with Stampin' Up! Because for every $50 that you spend, you get to pick out a free stamp set or some free paper. And we're gonna be working with one of the packs of DSP and one of the stamp sets that's available for free. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and just get started. As you come in, you catch up, go back and watch the beginning, but I don't wanna have like several minutes of me sitting here staring at my husband across the table.
And
Yoda. Yes, Yoda is about to join us. He's gonna walk through the middle of everything. No, you can stay back there.
Friendly feeling to come by.
Okay, I'll give you another announcement. Hey, beautiful. Welcome, Katie. I'm so glad to see you. So I was just telling everybody that I was going to get started so that I wasn't sitting here talking to myself and Cole.
Hi, Katie.
Okay, so I gave you the celebration announcement. The other announcement is over in the VIP group. And if you haven't joined the VIP group yet, come do that. I put the link in every live so that you can find it really easily, because I know sometimes Facebook makes things really messy to try to figure out, and I try to make that easy. My mail-in more card classes, my first one is live in the VIP group. Ordering it is really easy. All you gotta do is message me, and we'll take care of it through Messenger. The one that I used is the Fine Art Floral and the Curvy dies and stamp set, and it is so much fun. Very, very pretty. All right, and there's everything from, you can choose, there's 4 options, and there's even a couple of sub options within those so that you get just what you want and not what you don't. So you can get everything from just the instruction video. Yeah, I do video for you guys. The instruction video and the cut sheet, all the way up to a complete all-inclusive kit. You even get a stamp block. That's what all-inclusive means, everything you need. All right, so I'll go ahead and show you what we're doing, and then I'll mention a couple other announcements as we get going, because I can't give you all the information at one time. I have to have something to look forward to. All right, so hang with me, and we're going to flip the phone around here. You'd think after all the times that I've done this, it would become second nature, but I still have to hunt for the buttons. Okay, covering you up. See all of this prettiness on my table? All right, so this is the Paper Blooms Designer Series paper, and we're going to take a look through that in a minute. and the corner bouquet. Both of these are free through Celebration. All you do, you buy $50 worth of supplies, and you know y'all have a wish list that's a mile long. I mean, I do, so I know you do. And you get to pick free stuff. This is a great time of year to be Stampin' Up. All right, so let's take a look at this paper. Oh, Rosie's about to join us too. Hello, pretty boy. All right, so we've got this pretty, and on the back side is the Rococo Rose flowers. And there's 2 sheets of each. When we get to a couple of them, there'll only be 1 sheet because we're going to use them today. This one I absolutely love. It's like so springy. We're going to do something with this in the future, I think.
There's Inco leaves.
Uh-huh.
That's cool.
Some stripes, and this, I don't know if you can see, it has like some distressed watercolory stripes in it. And then we have some in the Rococo Rose. Oh, look at this. Oh my gosh. We have a stamp set that we're going to be using this paper on later too. It just begs to be used with this the Circle Celebration stamp set. And we've got this Night of Navy and the Balmy Blue. No, is it Balmy Blue? Hold on. I don't want to lead you wrong. Seaside Spray. And then we've got a piece that's a little darker. This is one of them we're going to be working with today. The other side of it is this beautiful old olive green kind of ferny look. This one just says spring to me. I love it. And in the future, we might even get to like fussy cutting out some of these flowers. And this one also has a green on the other side. So
It's like
that,
a bunch of stems.
yeah, it's so pretty. So that is the Paper Blooms DSP. Did you decide, are you going to craft or are you just going to hang out?
I'm gonna hang out.
Okay. Cole's just going to hang out. The colors that we're going to be using are Rococo Rose and Petal Pink. And our dyes, here comes Rosie. Hello.
Not part of the
Keep-
package.
Not right. You need to keep going one way or the other.
Sweetie.
Rococo Rose and the Petal Pink cardstock. And obviously this was from last week. Let's start off with a new sheet. Okay, the stamp sets that we're using is the Corner Bouquet. Like I said, this is one of the free ones with Celebration. And this does not have any sentiments with it, so we're going to pull in one of my absolute favorite sentiment sets, Strong and Beautiful. If you haven't taken a look at this one yet, check it out. It's in the annual catalog. It has some of the best sentiments on it ever. They're just awesome. All right, and the other things that we're going to be using, because I like to show you all your supplies right up front. We're going to be using the Everyday Label Punch, the 2-inch round, and the 1.5-inch round. Now, if you don't have these, that's okay, because you can make substitutions. You know that I encourage that because I like to see people doing their own thing and bringing their own style and spin into everything that we do here. All right, so I told you we were going to do a fun fold card. So let's go ahead and get started. Usually we cut a card base that is 5.5 inches along the 11-inch side. We're not doing that today. We're going to cut our 5.5 inches lengthwise. And then we're going to turn it the other way, and we want 9 5/8 inches. So we'll swing our arm out.
I forget that swings out.
Yeah, it's pretty handy. So 9 5/8. So we're just cutting off a little bit here. Now we're going to score this. We're done with that for now. We'll tuck it back in here. All right, making sure my cutting bar is up there where it's not going to be in the way. So our, gotta remember what my dimensions are. Hold just a minute. 3 and it's almost 4. 3 and 15/16, I believe. It's like right there. So there's also centimeter marks. So 3 and 15/16 is also 10 centimeters. So if you're writing stuff down, you can just write down 10 centimeters. And then we're going to go the same amount from the one that we just did. So that will be 10 centimeters again. And this is about the only time I'm ever going to teach you anything in centimeters. Because I didn't, the metric system came along as I was just getting out of school. So they're like, oh, you guys are seniors, so just don't worry about it. And we're all like, okay, instead of like, oh no, we're going to need that for the rest of our lives.
Just don't go out of the country.
Right. Let's get our bone folder and make some nice crisp edges here. All right, so that's our petal pink cardstock. Now moving on to our Rococo Rose, or whatever colors you guys have decided to work with. This one is going to be 4.5 by 6 3/4.
Hey.
No, don't be naughty down there.
Sorry, correction, please. Excuse me.
All right, so now we have some, actually I think I need to leave that. Do I need to leave that swung out? No. Okay, so I'm going to take the cutting bar out because it's a fail-safe for me. Feel free to laugh.
Is that the
Yeah.
last cut?
Huh?
Is that the last cut?
No, we're going to be cutting some DSP too. All right, so we're going to go 5/8 inch and score there. Then we're going to slide it over to 3 1/4. 3 11/16. 11/16 if you're writing it down. And then 4 inches. All right, now the way that you're going to fold those is hold the one in the middle, and then you'll fold back, and fold back. So you kind of have, it'll look like this. I actually didn't get that lined up. I'm about 1/8 of an inch off. We're gonna work with that, it'll be fine. Remember, it's just paper. If you mess it up, you can either start over or you can just keep going and make do. All right, so we're going to cut some of our DSP for our panels. This one's going to be the front of our card. Thank you. I'll put the cutting board back in here. So we're just going to measure to see what we need to do because this card is a little narrower, just like by about 1/4 inch than what we normally do. So we want about 3 3/4 by 5 1/4 on our DSP. So 3 3/4. 1.25. And remember when you come in to say hi, let me know that you are here. All right, this will be the piece for the front. And then we want another piece that's 1.5 inches wide. By 5.25. That is going to go in here. Now, we're also going to do one for the inside. So we're going to do another piece that is 3 3/4. By 5.25. And then we'll want one for the face of this piece. So that one's going to be 2.5 by about 4.25. We're going to use the other side of that one because that'll look really cool in just a minute. All right, let's stamp something. So we're going to stamp on our Rococo Rose, and I've got some scrap pieces here. And let's see if this one's wide enough to use with this punch. Oh, good, it is. So let's grab our Night of Navy. And we're also going to stamp one of our corner bouquets on this. And it looks good either way, whether you stamp the bouquet here or not. So I'm just going to show you what it looks like with it. And then you can decide whether you want to do it or not. I like it. And I don't tuck it too far down in the corner because we're going to use some twine here in a second too. Just add a little extra flower there. All right, and then with our Night of Navy, we're going to stamp the sentiment. I cherish you, my true friend. I know I can always count on you. And I think that is so beautiful. And give yourself enough room to be able to punch it.
Pretty.
I love how the color of the ink changes just slightly depending on which cardstock you put it on. And it's also fun that they pop off.
It's a little satisfying.
It is. It kind of is, yeah. All right. Then we're going to, with our 2-inch punch, we're going to just punch a circle. And then with our 1.5 inch punch, we're going to punch another one, but first, I think I can do it with that one. We're going to stamp "You Are Loved Completely." And if I get this lined up just right, then I can use the 1.5" punch, and if I don't, then we'll have to stamp another one. All right, now we're done with this one. Oops. Hold on. We're done with our Knight of Navy. We're going to come in here with our Seaside Spray.
Hi, Darcy.
Hey, Darcy, welcome. And we're just going to stamp up, not with that one. We're just going to stamp around the edges a little bit to give it some visual interest. So feel free to stamp off the edges, just kind of bring it around like so. And you could totally do this with the Knight of Navy too, if you use like the 3rd generation of stamping on that. All right, now we're going to punch out the sentiment from a Rococo Rose. Let's see how good I did at lining all that up. Hey, look, not too bad. All right, now that's going to go in the middle of there, and see how cute that is. All right, so we can go ahead and glue this one down. I love punches. They are so much fun. And I have another fun fold to show you in the future that uses a punch to make some legs on the card so that it stands up. Super cute. Darcy, I am having fun. What are you doing today? Are you having fun too? All right, now we're also going to glue down the centerpiece. Feel free to use copious amounts of glue, but don't get too close to the edge. And at this point, now that I've ran glue across it, I kind of think I need to cut another one of those. So let's just do that. That one can go away. Would you grab me a paper towel? See, this is what I'm talking about. It's like I make plenty of mistakes, so don't be afraid to make them. It's just paper. You can do another one. Thank you. All right, so this piece was 6 3/4 by 4 1/2. All right, and then our score lines were at 5/8. And then 3 11/16. All right. hold on the middle one and then fold back, fold back, fold back. Looks just like the other one, only now it matches up better anyway. All right, and this time I will try really hard not to put my fingers in the glue. The other thing that the punches are super good for is holding stuff down so that it dries flat without popping up. So we'll just let it do that while we glue some pretties on the front of our card. Before we put this one on though, we're going to tie a little bit of twine around it. And this is the pink twine from the snail mail suite. And it actually comes, there's two. There's a pink and a white. And both of them are really, really nice twines to work with. It's all cotton twine. I'm going to wrap twice. And don't worry if everything is too loose, because remember that we have a way to tighten that up on the back a little bit. I'm just going to tie a bow. My nails are not too long to still tie a bow with, so I guess I don't have to declaw before. There's Manny room tonight, you guys. Katie's opening the Manny room tonight at 7 over in the VIP group. So if you want to come hang out with us, you don't have to do a manicure with us, but you can. I want that slid just a little bit farther over to the left. So that will be in the Making Life Beautiful with Katie and Rochelle VIP group. And I'll put the link to it in the comments as soon as the live is over. So we're going to glue this one down.
So how would you fix it if it were loose?
If it were loose, you can pull this up from the back, put a little strip of the Stampin' Seal, and then just pull the twine up and attach it to the Stampin' Seal. I like to get a few dots of glue on that twine so that it doesn't try to float around. And we've got this one on the inside flap. And then on this side, we're going to do the darker one. Make sure that our card, okay, we've got about 1/8 of an inch around each side there, which is good. Nope, still needs some convincing. All right, we will continue on with this part. And I may have to show you before it gets completely dry, but it really is best if you let that one dry completely. All right, on the inside here, we're going to put our You Are Loved Completely.
It's kind of silly. I've never used the bone folder for that. I've always used the stamping pad.
Yeah, it smooths out the glue really nicely. All right, we're going to go ahead and work with this. So we're going to adhere this here, and we're going to center it between the fold line and the cut line. Got a little too much glue on that. But remember, it's just paper, and these are handmade cards. People do not expect perfection. I know you probably do. I do. I'm very hard on myself that way. But paper is something that humbles me every time I use it. And that's not a bad thing. All right, so we're going to, now you can be precise about this if you want to. I know a lot of people are going to want to. I don't have my ruler with me, so I'm going to eyeball it because that's how I roll. We want to make sure that the card opens, but we're going to adhere this flap along this edge. All right, again, we want to put something heavy on here, and I'm going to use not that particular one. I'm going to use these along with a couple of punches because we just want that to set for a minute. Now over here, we're going to run just a little bit of glue along the top edge and the bottom edge, and then you can kind of pat that out so it's thinner.
It's right beside it.
There's my paper towel. Thank you. All right, then we're going to close this over. So you see how it kind of goes over the spine of the little book that we just made? It's supposed to do that. This is probably not completely dry, and that's okay because we're going to be gentle with it. And we're going to use stamping dimensionals to put this on the front. And you'll want 2 at the bottom and 1 at the top, and that'll help support the middle of the tag there. And then we're just going to straddle it across our twine. And We need a little bit of bling on this one. And I brought some of the opal rounds. These are available in the January to June catalog. They are super glittery. I love these. Can you see that? And you see all the shimmer that's on there? Yep, I'm watching the live. We've got a little bit of a lag, like about 10 seconds.
You can kind of see it on the film.
Yeah. All right, so we're just going to bling up the outside a little bit. I love embellishments on sentiment bars. Let's see if we can get a hold of that one a little bit better this time. All right, and here is our fun fold card. Looks like a normal card on the outside. As soon as you open it, you have more fun here and a place for you to write on the inside.
That's so cool.
So what do you think? Do you love it? This card, as far as I know, this particular fold was created by Rushi Patel. Everything that I've found kind of leads back to her. Because I like to tell you where I found stuff when I know. A lot of times it's anybody's guess where it really originated. This particular fold has been circulating pretty heavy over the last couple of weeks, and so it looked like it was something that was new enough that I should be able to figure out who came up with it, and as far as I can tell, that's who. All right, you guys, that is the card for today. I'm going to flip the camera back around. Hold on a second. Okay, back to me. I'm going to go live with the Tula 12 yearly deco kit over in the VIP room in just a few minutes. So migrate with me over there, and thank you for hanging out with me and creating this fun little card. Don't forget about the Manny room at 7, and I will see you all later. Bye.
Bye.